Good evening. A red light tonight for mass transit in Nashville. Voters overwhelmingly shot down the city's most aggressive, expensive light rail plan. And now city leaders are being forced to start all over. But what will that look like? News Channel 5's Chris Conti was with the mayor today. Chris, what is his plan?
Well, right now, Mayor Briley's plan is to do a lot of listening, mainly listening to opponents who shot down this multi-billion-dollar plan so he can try to figure out what could be fixed to make something actually pass. Still, though, this was a major setback for a mayor in the infancy of his administration.
Nashville woke up again this morning with the same problem we had last night. Traffic that is only getting worse. But city residents have overwhelmingly said a multi-billion-dollar light rail plan isn't the answer. Mayor Briley tried first today to make some light of the failure.
Last night was very disappointing. The Preds were up 3-0, 7-4. How does that happen? How does that happen?
Jokes aside, he knows this is a problem the city cannot ignore. While the urban core largely voted for the plan, it was the outlying communities who felt left out and derailed the proposal.
Obviously, from last night's vote, it's clear there was not a broad consensus on the plan that was presented. My job as mayor is to get back to work.
There's no telling, though, what a new plan might look like. The city doesn't own I-24 or I-40 or I-65, so placing light rail down those corridors isn't an option. Neither is using existing freight lines for something like the Music City Star. CSX is already to capacity on their rail lines.
Regardless of how you voted last night, doing nothing is not an answer.
Both the governor and the mayor today admitted they are worried the failure of the plan could send businesses away from Nashville.
Over the long run, at the same time, we've got to make some investments in transit and transportation to remain competitive.
What those investments now look like, though, is something the city will have to determine.
Nashville, as the governor said, has always been a place where we stood up and dealt with problems.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without the passage of Governor Haslam's Improve Act last year that raised the gas tax to pay for infrastructure plans. It also allowed municipalities like Davidson County to get referendums on the ballot to try to raise money for mass transit programs. Today, Mayor Briley told us that he may consider going after a new mass transit program without a referendum. We are live downtown this evening. Chris Conti, News Channel 5.